welcome back. We're here talking with Lane Mack, the real Mack Daddy, talking about his experiences and his travels.
I think that's who isn't there? There's somebody around here. Greg's
the Mack Daddy. Greg's the Mack Daddy. Lane's the real Mack Daddy.
Yeah. Okay, well, we got a difference. I tell you what, listening to you talk about some of the people you play with and those stories about how things come full circle, I think is awesome. Another question I love to discuss, and I'm a gearhead. I mean, you know, Hoyt here is a Personas dealer.
Mm-hmm.
I love talking about gear. I'm a comedian and probably own enough gear to have a band. So I'm a gear guy. What's your favorite? What's your favorite guitar? Your favorite gear? The whole 9 yards.
Man, I don't know, man. I think I love guitars too much to have a favorite. You know, I got one wife, but that's why I got a lot of guitars.
That makes sense.
One woman, but I got a lot of.
And that was a very
women,
safe
you know
answer.
what I mean?
I'm proud of you.
That was a well-rehearsed answer right there.
Yeah, good. Thank you for giving it to me.
Man. But no, look, I'm always buying and selling and trading guitars. I got like 4 or 5 that are my keepers. I'll probably never get rid of, you know, which are like, I got a 78 Telecaster that's all beat to hell and found at a pawn shop in Opelousas, and you know, that's just one. I don't know, I love it. You know, I got a Gibson that I go back and forth with, but I just open tuned it, playing a lot of slide guitar on it now, and I think that's gonna be a keeper. I'll put a big crack in the back of it anyway, so you know, it's got my signature on it. So yeah, just a few things, but I'm always looking for something different, because I think, you know, guitars are, for me, it's an inspirational thing when it comes to songwriting or the way I play. It all affects it, you know. And I'm not like a pedal guy. I like certain pedals, but you know, I believe most of it is in the hands, and
Absolutely.
it's more of an expression when I'm playing guitar than tone hunting, I guess. And amps, man, I'm kind of like a Fender amp, tube amp guy, you know, and that's what it's not what I've always played, but to me, it's got the best sound for the way I play.
Okay.
But I don't think I'll ever stop, you know, moving guitars around. That's just something I kind of love doing, because I always got the envies for something new, man. You know?
Yeah, that's all. We learned something. We learned something really important. Keep your wife, move around the guitars.
That's it. Hey, you know,
Good advice for anybody.
happy wife, happy life, or whatever. But it's like, I gotta think of another one that rhymes. You know, one wife, many guitars.
There you go. Good idea.
We'll find something that rhymes.
One wife for the guitar life.
There you go.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Okay, don't ever repeat that. It was real corny from him. Don't repeat it.
Says the king of corn.
Hey man, look. I don't think, you know, I mean, she keeps a close eye on me when I'm moving the guitars around, though. Sometimes you gotta go to the store with the old guitar case and come back with a new guitar and old case. You know?
My dad taught me that. It's a saying he had. So you can't see the forest from the trees.
Yeah.
And he worked overseas for a while. He was a real good guitarist, and he had a bunch of guitars. And anytime he would buy one, he would always do it right before he'd leave.
Yeah.
And I was always involved, because he was it had to be set up, it had to be intonated, whatever. So I would pick it up, and he had a little music room in the house. And I had one goal. When your mama's not there, just bring it and put it in the middle of the floor.
Yep.
Just put it there. And she was so used to seeing guitar cases in the middle of the floor.
She never knew which one.
She'd walk right past him and never noticed that he's got another one in him. I'm telling you, that's the idea. And if anybody ever find a new one, hey, you got a new guitar? You pick one of your good friends. No, baby, that's for Quincy.
Yep.
You just using Quincy's guitar. That's the way to do it, man. I'm telling you.
Man, it's always Quincy too. You gotta remember to change that name.
Yeah, change the name. You gotta realize something.
His wife
I just sold myself out to you, because my wife is probably watching this, baby. I promise you, it is for Quincy.
Mine might see it too, so I don't know. You never know.
Well, being from South Louisiana, there's another question, and there should be no size jokes attached to this. Right? There's another question I love to ask. You from South Louisiana, right?
Oh yeah, man. Born and
Favorite
raised.
food, buddy?
Woo! Here we go. It's got to be a. I'm gonna go with a pork, rice, and gravy.
Oh,
I thought he was going to say crawfish.
I'm gonna write some
Pork crawfish?
pork crawfish. Surprisingly, man, I love boiled crawfish. I'm not a huge boiled crawfish eater, man. You know, like I'll eat it a few times a year, but it's not like my go-to, you know. I'll never turn it down. Somebody say, hey, we having boiled crawfish, you know, come get it. It's free. I'm there most of the time. You know, but look, I got eczema on my hands, you know, so I ain't trying to be a little, you know what, and not wear gloves. I don't wear gloves, man. You know, if I'm gonna eat boiled crawfish, I'm gonna just burn. You know, it's like I want the full effect. I ain't gonna catch me wearing no gloves, man. You know, so
Yeah, so that new technique of pinching the tail and pulling out the vein, that just don't work.
I don't know what that is.
You gotta just get at it.
shit, man. You know, maybe when I was young, you know, I used to surprisingly, I was a picky eater. Now you just put it in front of me, I'm gonna try it. You know, whatever. I eat just about anything, but I say rice and gravy, man. You know,
That's cool.
or gumbo.
Okay.
Same kind of situation, but you know,
Yeah.
gotta have some gravy and rice.
In Louisiana food.
It's all good.
It's all good. It's all great.
So, Lane, what's your, of all the experience, I know you've been on The Voice and you play with a lot of groovy, cool musicians, you know. What's your most memorable experience playing music so far?
Oh man, I don't know. That's a tough question, man. A lot of them I probably don't remember, but I mean, I kind of take a lot of things in stride, you know, because like I look at it, I'm always kind of one foot in the future and, you know, a little bit in the past, whatever, because it's kind of cool to reflect on stuff. But most of the time I'm so focused on what's next, you know, which is not always the best way to be. You know, it's nice to kind of live in the zone, but when I get to do cool things, like for instance, they have the Solo South Louisiana Songwriters Festival that just happened here in Lafayette, and I wasn't supposed to be a part of it. I didn't try to get in, and ended up getting a phone call like a week before. Hey, can you participate in this? And what it is there's songwriters that come from all over the world. You know, there's a girl from Australia and a guy from England and people from everywhere, and some really good ones like Jim Lauderdale and Mary Gauthier and, you know, Louise Goffin. And so basically the premise of that festival is those people are kind of here for a week and writing for a week, getting paired up with whoever. You know, they kind of have a pairing system, and you write a song that day, and then you present that song in the afternoon. And you could be 2 or 3 people writing a song, whatever. But I did one day of writing, because that's what I could swing, you know. And, man, such a good experience, you know. This is funny, but I got paired up with Laura Huval from Sweet Cecilia, which I played guitar with them for a long time. That's like my sister, you know. I mean, played a lot of music together over the years, but we never written together. And we had this guy from Nashville, Rusty Tabor, who had a couple of Billy Ray Cyrus cuts, and he was on the session that day. We wrote a song in like an hour, man. We sat down, we BS'd for like 30 minutes, and the song came out. And I think it's a pretty damn good song. And, you know, it was just like that whole week, Jim Lauderdale had called, see if I wanted to be part of the songwriters round, you know, and it was me and him and 3 other girls, and we play original songs in a writers round, you know. But you know, getting a phone call from that and him asking to do it, and then Louise Goffin, who is Carole King's, I mean, listen, she's got her own name, you know, but Carole King's daughter, you know, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, she called to see if I would play her set on guitar, you know, and then she ends up throwing me into a duet that they had written that week. Actually, her and Cupid had written it together.
Cupid?
Yeah. And so she's like, hey, can you do this duet with me? And Cupid, I think he was busy doing other stuff. So I was like, yeah. So first of all, I got to sing a duet with you, but I got to be Cupid's part, which, you know, that's a little different. That's some big shoes to fill, you know. And then I got to sing a duet with you, you know, that's a big deal, you know. And I was like, all right, I ain't never scared. So I was like, let's do it. And it turned out all right, you know. But, you know, it's just stuff like that always seems to keep happening. And I'm super grateful that, you know, it happens. Because when the phone don't ring, I get a little anxious and antsy. And then, you know, all of a sudden it's ringing again. And it's opportunities like this that come up out of the blue, and I always just kind of take them as they come, and keep on making those kind of memories. I guess I don't know, man. I've been fortunate for.
Sounds like
I mean,
great
living in South Louisiana and kind of staying mostly in this area. I've gotten to do some pretty cool stuff, man.
Another thought. Okay, I don't want to be teased about this. I've always looked at. Hey, bro. I've always looked at a song as a unit. And I knew this. I always knew it. I went to see Rocket Man. The movie.
I'd like to see it. Yeah, man.
It's pretty cool.
Check it out.
And I had forgot about the Bernie guy.
Yeah.
Bernie has written all of Elton John's words. Elton would make the music. He wrote the words.
Yeah.
Elton John has never written a word he sung. It's always come from Bernie. So it kind of made me realize a song is a separate parts. What do you prefer to do? What's your favorite, lyrics or music?
Well, as a musician and artist and singer, it's kind of, there's separate pieces to that puzzle. But as an artist, when it comes to my own stuff, I prefer to kind of write my own music. Now, I'm not saying I don't. I love doing co-writes and writing.
Well, no, actually, in your own stuff. In other words, if you're going to do a song, your favorite part is going to be the words.
But no, that's what I'm saying. I like all of it, But it's. I like. Well, it's honestly, to me, it is a unit in the way that I handle my own personal stuff. And I'm not saying like if a good song came along, and I have yet to do this, but if a good song came along and I felt like I needed to do that song, I'm open-minded. Okay. You know what I mean? But when it comes to writing music for myself, I mean, I enjoy kind of every aspect because it all kind of comes out at one time for me. That's kind of my writing.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, that's my writing style. And mostly when I'm writing for myself. When I'm co-writing, we can do the bits and pieces of a song, I mean, we can take it as lyrics and take it as melody and music and whatever. But for me, it's like, I like to describe it as being a vessel, and that stuff is it's coming out of the universe through me. And most of the time, it's me and an acoustic guitar, how I'm writing, and lyrics and melody and all that's coming at one time, most of the time.
Okay.
And sometimes, I guess for the songs that actually make it. You know what I mean? The ones that don't quite come out, they're lost on my voice memos in my phone. Like I had one today. I was sitting down picking the guitar, and I had one that was kind of, I was really feeling this singer-songwriter kind of vibe, and it just wasn't happening. Like I kind of had a melody going, and I had the guitar part, and the lyrics just weren't quite getting there. And it's like I just voice memoed the idea and store it away. But I might revisit that in a year, and a song will and a song will come out of it. That's what happens sometimes, and it might come out totally different, but it started with that particular idea.
It's pretty cool.
It is. It's neat how it just unfolds.
It does, really.
You get one little idea and you run with it. I'm kind of like that when you write a song. We come up with a piece of it, and then the rest of it doesn't come. Like you say, it's a voice memo on the phone or a scribble on a piece of paper, and you throw it to the side. But those ones that come, and then it just all comes out at one time.
Oh, one time,
the ones that you say, okay, I got to record this one.
Oh yeah. Well, like Little Gold Chain, that song that I was playing. It's like that song and another song within 24 hours. I actually was thinking to myself, I said, man, I ain't written a slow song in a while. I don't know if I can do it. Most of the time, I'm a happy, upbeat guy, and I like funky feeling music. You know what I mean? And
Boys to Men.
Yeah, Boys to Men. But
meets ZZ Top.
Yeah. Both funky.
We could have put that show together, dude.
We're gonna put a show. We gotta have Lane come out dressed like one of the Boys Men and do one of their songs in a ZZ Top style.
I thought I dressed like Billy Gibbons and do a Boys to Men. Oh man!
You see, the writing thing is awesome, and then I'm completely talentless when it comes to music. I mean, got no shot. But I feel I could have been a lyricist. I could have wrote Tequila.
Come on.
I could have did the
It's a great karaoke song.
Really? Yeah. Please don't take your clothes off.
No, the song tequila.
The
It's
actual-
not one word.
the actual tequila.
Yeah, it's
Oh, okay.
I could have wrote that one.
Well, if there's one that has the aftermath of tequila, I wrote that song on my trip to Mexico. And yeah. So get this, I got to tell this story because it's too damn good, man. But we had met these
Family show.
family show.
I'll roll with it.
Go ahead.
We met a couple. Matter of fact, we were in the airport noticing one another, whatever. We had some friends out on the trip with us or whatever, but there was this other couple. Anyway, we ended up in a van going to this little resort we're staying at together with these people. And the girl and my wife were like, man, she was like, man, I've been like looking at y'all. Y'all look like cool people to hang out with, whatever. She's like, I didn't want to be weird, but ended up in a van together, so we started talking, going to the same place. People from Houston, same age, about, got the same age kids, all that stuff. And anyway, they had a bunch of friends that were meeting them there. It was like a college reunion kind of thing. We ended up hanging out at this pool bar. It was like a swim-up pool bar, and like, I don't know how much I had to drink, man. I mean, it was, I thought I was like 18 again or something. Or Louisiana, I thought I was 15 again. So, but, anyway, shut the bar down that night. The next day is like, my wife had a snorkeling excursion booked, and she's adamant about, she loves it. She loves to snorkel. I like it too. It's fun, whatever. But I'm feeling terrible. It's getting, time's ticking before it's time to get on the boat, whatever. I'm like, I had decided I'm not going to go. Well, about 10 minutes before I jump out the bed, thinking I feel all right, I'm like, I'm coming with you, So she had to see some sea turtles. That was her thing. She's been trying for like 10 years. Every vacation we go on, she wants to see sea turtles. Never happened. So get on the boat, going out to the first little place where we're going to jump out of the boat. I'm like, oh man, it's kicking in, Hangover's coming back with a vengeance. And so I was like, whatever, I'm going to try this snorkeling thing. I jump off the boat, sucked in a just ton of salt water right off the boat. Thought I was going to die. I was just like, oh man, just leave me here. Y'all leave me here. I'm going to just die. I'm hungover. Anyway, I make it through, snorkel for a little bit. Tell the dude, I'm like, look, I got to get back on the boat, whatever. Ended up spending the rest of the time kind of just laying on the boat. Had the worst day of my life, I think. The worst I've ever felt in my life.
That story took a different turn somewhere.
Oh.
We did not end up where we started.
No, it started with tequila.
Yeah, it started. Okay,
That's
tequila. But it turned.
It turned.
I mean, it's probably better it turned.
Oh, it turned.
It turned.
It turned. My wife had let's say she had the best day of her life. She did. I'm hanging off the side of the boat.
Laughing at you.
Throwing up sea turtles. She's snorkeling with the sea turtles. She saw her sea turtles.
Saw sea turtles.
But man, I got a story out of it.
Yeah, cool.
So the moral of the story is to get your wife to see and do what she really, really wants, drink a lot of tequila.
Yeah.
That works.
It did. Didn't work for me, but it worked for her.
All right, we're going to make Elaine a t-shirt for his next show that says,
no more tequila shots?
tequilas make the turtles come out.
I don't know if that's what it was, but it might have been.
Just
Some of it came out.
Make sure you spell turtle correctly.
Man, oh, that's crazy, man. You talk about the zone. Switching gears, I know we talked about earlier about in the music business how it's becoming more difficult to sell music and get music out there. Just give us your opinions on that about the local scene and playing and.
Man, I mean, I've been recording music since I'm about 15 years old, so a good 18 years about. So I got to do it kind of in the old-fashioned way, and I've done it in the newer way that's happening right now currently. So I missed being able to that was like the standard where you went into the studio and you made a full length, or even if it was an EP, whatever. That was kind of like you knew that's what you were going to do. And for me as an artist, that was a craft, going into the studio to make a record and it being like, it's like writing a book, you know?
Yeah.
Trying to have something that sounds cohesive or whatever. Maybe it doesn't, but at least it was like your body of work in that one particular thing. And I want to do that so bad right now, but the market doesn't work that way. You know, and I'm at the point where I'm just like, forget the market. I think I'm just going to go do it anyway because I have these songs and I feel like they need to be on an album. If it don't sell, whatever. But I've been recently kind of having, I guess, a little success with the singles route. You know, it's financially feasible. Every track gets a good amount of attention and promotion behind it. And that seems to have been, you know, it's working out really good. Is it making me happy? No, because I don't get to put that
whole
that piece of work together, you know. But I think like streaming is a very tough code to crack. You know, I haven't quite cracked it yet, and I know there's some people that have, and I through talking to some of those people, I feel like a lot of it is luck. You know, they have, you know, like Spotify, for instance, has its playlists, and you know, certain algorithms that, you know, make up their playlist, and I have friends that have, you know, 1 million spins on a song or whatever, but it's always kind of attributed to luck.
Yeah, falling into the right.
It got picked up by the right
And
playlist.
what a lot of people don't know is you can pay those guys for some
Yeah,
spins
if you know that, and look, that's with any business. It's about who you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know, it's like you said, it's in any business. You kind of look and you see some people who do things differently, and there seem to be rolling out, and it's like, how? You know,
Right.
and that's
Of course,
across the board,
of course, yeah. You're always going to kind of look at what your peers are doing.
that I do. Huh? You know, and I mean, it's just the way it works.
It's the way it works, man. But what's right for them might not be
Right
your
for me.
path.
Yeah, exactly.
And so me, I guess the biggest takeaway from all that is like, that's where I'm at right now as far as like recorded music. And it kind of does, it really making that decision is going to dictate kind of what I'm doing for the rest of the year, you know? It's going to, if I decide to put a lot of time and effort and energy into making a record, well, that's kind of what I'm going to be focused on. And I might be lacking in other places as far as like playing shows or doing whatever. But like, I guess for me, I've always tried to just kind of stay true to what I feel like doing. You know, I don't like to ever be really kind of put in a box, and especially like we said with genre, I don't really like genre. I think that's for other people to kind of their personal perception. You know, I just put the music out, and if they think it's country or rock and roll or whatever, then that's kind of for them to decide.
All boys to men.
All boys to men. But it's like, you just gotta, you know, I just gotta like do what I want to do.
Yeah.
Kind of forge my own path, you know, which has been, people have done in the past, you know. I'm not saying it's a new path, but yeah.
So we were talking about Lauren Daigle earlier. What do you feel about all that, the hoopla of, you know, after she was on Ellen and some of the negative stuff she got hit with about her beliefs and how she used to be a Christian artist and now she's not or something, and, you know, which is not true. She's a Christian. But anyway, what
I mean, look, I got, you know, it's kind of like getting on the KATC comment section. You know what I mean? It's like, that's a big old dumpster fire, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I've seen some of the negative comments on the internet about her, and it kind of, these people go off on a tangent about how she's not whatever anymore, and like, I got a lot of respect for her, man. You know, because she never lost her values. You know what I mean? Her values never changed. It's just she changed direction. Doesn't mean that she changed her values.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And yeah, she's said that. You know, and I guess the whole thing was, you know, one of the biggest issues. I mean, I'm not too super familiar with what happened, but one of the biggest issues is something about being gay or something like that. But you know what, man? God is love, love is love, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what she spoke, you know? And people have a problem with that, you know? I guess it's their problem. It's not hers.
Yeah.
I kind of believe if you're happy, I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Oh
it.
yeah, man. I'm a live and let live kind of person.
Exactly.
Man. You know.
So who's some of the local cats you like to play with? Put you on the spot.
Yeah, well, you know they got the and I'm sure you guys y'all have had John on the show, John Williams.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, John's been doing Blue Monday, you know, and that's opened up, I think, a lot of doors for a lot of us local artists, you know, to get together and where we may have not gotten together before, you know, and so I've been kind of doing that for, man, it's probably been a little over a year now, just participating in that stuff. And we get to a point where, like, we want to play together more often. Us, you know, a lot of the artists that do it, you know, and, like, it's just so cool to have something like that where, like I said, it opens doors for us, man. And, like, we may just get to play on a few songs together once a month, whatever, but it keeps that creativity flowing and that kind of fellowship between musical artists flowing. And I think Lafayette's at a place right now which is awesome, man. Like, a lot of the kind of little cliques that would stay together and a lot of the walls and barriers that were up, that's all kind of being torn down and everybody's starting to collaborate, man. To me, I'm seeing a big time shift in the Lafayette music scene where people are, and this may have happened before I kind of came along, but I'm seeing people have a very open mind and they're all kind of willing to work together, and which is great.
Yeah,
because, you know, when you're working together, you're stronger than just doing it by yourself. And I think it's cool, man. So I guess some of personal favorites, a lot of the guitarists that are around here, you know, and some of my favorite guitarists are, you know, from this area, you know, and I mean favorite, like, out of every guitarist, you know, Michael Juan Nunez being one of them, and Sam Broussard being one of them, and Roddy, another great musician, you know. And, but, you know, there's
Tony Gula,
another one, man.
We couldn't miss a show without mentioning Tony Gula.
I think we mentioned it all.
I love Tony, man.
Oh, he's a character.
Tony, you know, he say, like, man, you my favorite guitar player. I'm like, Tony, you my favorite guitar player, man. He's just such a good cat, man, and a killer guitar player at that, man.
He's awesome.
I mean, all right, we're supposed to get together soon and do some writing, hopefully sooner than later, you know?
He's got a new place. He showed us a picture of his little writing
that's what
studio.
That's what I was waiting on.
Quite excited about it.
It's cool stuff. So, yeah, the upcoming shows, anything coming on?
Yeah, man, I do. I guess I got, you know, June, we got something coming up. We got a band from Austin coming in, South Austin Moonlighters, playing at Atmosphere. Hazy on the date. I think it's the 21st, something like that. We got, after that, like I said, we're still kind of laying low, but I got a couple festivals booked up in Wisconsin, and going to take the band up there, Balladeers, and kind of show them, you know, our little blend of what we do. Yeah, you know, and that's going to be exciting, man. I'm going on my birthday, so that's going to be great. It's like a little birthday trip. But
how old are you?
I'll be 33.
Yeah. I'm young guys hanging around here.
I need some tequila.
Yeah. Well.
And the Turtles?
Tequila.
I was thinking about the couple in the van, really.
You ain't right.
I'm in trouble already, so we good.
Amy?
Yeah,
you sleeping with the dog tonight. You sleeping with your gay dog.
Hey, man, they go me out of it.
That's a trip.
Yeah, man, life.
But you have to go after baseball season, of course, though, huh?
Do what?
I said you have to go when baseball season is over, of course. Huh?
Yeah, of course, man. You know, like, my little boy he's in the baseball, man. So
that's awesome, man.
And hey, look, I was never like that big into baseball as a kid, a little bit, you know, but I love it, man. I love watching those kids play, and he's a slugger, man.
Well, they take it to heart, man.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
And check this, man. He bats left-handed, throws right-handed.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh,
that's the best thing to
He's good, man. It's fun. It's a fun thing to watch, man. I try to make it out to every game. You know, it ain't a long season. He's only 6. Well, he's 5. He's turning 6.
Yeah.
So, but I try to make it every game, man.
Right. Got to.
Important, you know?
It's very important.
You know, and I think it was his last season, I had booked maybe like Baton Rouge Blues Festival, they had like a kickoff party or something, and I was like, oh man, this is like foot in the door, I gotta take this gig, and it was his first T-ball game ever, and that's like the one that I had to really miss, you know, and it killed me, you know, but foot in the door, I ended up booking, you know, main stage the next year at Baton Rouge Blues Festival, so that was pretty cool.
It's gonna be fun when he gets older.
Yeah.
And he starts going to school, and the teachers start asking him, what your dad does for a living? Because my 3 daughters, that is the one question. Now, they don't think I'm funny or anything else, but they love to answer that question.
Yeah.
When their teacher say, well, what does your dad do? They can't wait to answer that question. That's the only time they like me. So you'll learn that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, when he was like 4, he was really into music. He was Tom Petty. He gravitated to Tom Petty. He was like a Tom Petty fanatic.
Better than Boys to Men.
Yeah. Well, I agree with you there, but Boys to Men got some pretty good stuff, man. But you know, it's like
we're gonna show up at your shows and start.
I can't even think of a Boys to Men song right now. That's the thing.
Coolie High, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. It's been years since I listened to it, man. But you know, it's like being in school. We started, you know, real school, and it's like his personality changed so much, man. He's getting shy. But now my little daughter, she's 3. She's the little firecracker, and she loves music too, you know. So, but it's cool, man. It's cool to have you know, they get into it. And I was playing guitar in the house the other day. My wife was at work, and them two were dancing with each other, cutting up, having fun, you know. And I was awesome. Strumming the guitar, you know.
That is. That's cool, man. Well, we've been hanging out with Lane Mack. And y'all look for his upcoming shows. You go to the Louisiana Entertainment channel, and you go to Louisiana Entertainment on Facebook. You check that out. Look for Lane's shows. He'll send us the stuff. We'll post it there. And you got any shout-outs you want to do?
I'm going to send a shout-out to my mother-in-law, because I got a rice and gravy that I just remembered waiting at the house right now. I mean, it just popped up in my head. I just remembered that. So I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah. I was just, hey, look, all of a sudden I got a little hungry. And I was like, wait a minute, I got rice and gravy at the house right now. Yeah, so shout out to her.
Mother-in-law, rice and gravy.
That's it.
That's it. Well, y'all, I'm Hoyt.
I'm Jared.
Lane Mack.
Till next time.
Yeah.
Y'all give a hoot and a holler to a coot and a collar. Have a good day.
Another drip on the side of the bottle. This old 12-ounce high life I'm drinking, as I'm thinking about better days.